Thank you for listening to A Glimpse of the Kingdom. A Glimpse of the Kingdom can remain free because of generous donors like you. If you'd like to donate, feel free to do so online, or you can send payments through Facebook Messenger. Don't forget to tell your friends about it so that they can enjoy this ministry as well. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any podcasts.
You can listen to my daddy every single day, like in the gym, in the car, or just at home. Glimpse of the Kingdom is awesome!
Hello, thank you for listening to A Glimpse of the Kingdom. I am David Pendergrass. I'm back again here with my friend, Big Ryan Z.
What's up?
And the flood of Hurricane Harvey just occurred, and we were talking about Joel Osteen. He is a startup pastor of a small church in Houston, Texas, called Lakewood. You might have heard of it. And boy, they got a lot of attack by social media about locking his doors and the flooding and da-da-da-da-da-da. What do you think about all that?
Well, it's hard, when it comes to social media, it's hard to know what to believe. What I saw was someone posted some pictures about, because I guess they didn't want to open up their church, or they weren't given permission yet by the city or something like that. Or actually, no, it was they said their church was too flooded to take in people, and someone apparently posted some pictures, said, well, I'm looking at the church right now. Looks like it's totally accessible. There's a little bit of flooding at the very bottom, but they can definitely take people. And there was just this huge uproar on social media about how could Joel Osteen not open up his church to these people. And even I initially was like, oh, that's kind of sort of a weak excuse, and I felt like he really should have, but I mean, that was based on very little information. But I still don't even know the whole story. But regardless, I mean, he is vilified for it. And I mean, I'm not really into Osteen that much myself, but I felt like, he was, pretty heavily attacked, and I think we just don't know all the information. And so I don't really know what my thoughts are completely now, but I want to be more on the side of, he tried to do what he could, or the church did, to allow people to come in and to get the help they needed. But I don't know, maybe he did, or maybe he could have done more. But just another thing for people they take this thing and then just extrapolate it to this whole religion is ridiculous, or just it gives them more reason to hate it, anything they can get out of it, and which is really unfortunate. And it just shows a lot of where society's at with any little thing that can go wrong, with Christian, they just blow it up. Look, if we're not perfect in every way, forget it,
anything, Trump's wife got all kinds of crap because she had high heels on when she came to Houston. Right. And that's a big deal. I'm glad they got this is the most stupid. I can't. Yeah. I think people are crazy. Yeah. And they're especially crazy when they're under high distress. So a hurricane happens and they lost everything. And that makes people in bad moods. Yeah. And extra sensitive. And I get that. Right. But the bottom basement of the church was flooded. If you've never been to Houston, I have. I've been to it's a gargantuan building. Of course, the old convention center, the old basketball stadium. And it's just huge. Right. The bottom level was flooded. According to the pictures, it was flooded. But even if it's not, even if it wasn't, pictures, unless they were photoshopped or shot from some other Chinese, whatever, they looked authentic to me. But anyway, the point is,
or shot on a different day, like another rainy day from April or something. Maybe,
but that means it flooded the bottom in April. There was flood waters right down the road, and in walking distance. Basically, it's called the George R. Brown Convention Center, and that place is gargantuan. It's a very well known convention center. I've been there many, many times of all kinds of things that happen. A lot of the big drug deals I do go to convention center because a lot of private rooms, and it's a lot of. It's just a joke, man. He's just staring at me like, seriously.
I was like, nice.
I did not know that about you.
I was like, man, I'm taking my next vacation there.
Is that why you go to Houston all the time? It worked for 10 years, but I had to move. Because now they're in Kansas. They moved to. So the convention center is right down the road, and
I'm extending my
it was wonderful. So according to what Joel Osteen said, on NBC, which why in the world would I doubt him on this? He said that those doors were open. They were full of staff, full of supplies, full of everything. And we were working very closely with the Houston city and the mayor and the city's office. We always work in close conjunction with them to make sure we're able to provide what we can. And so also that we're safe and that work alongside them. So it's not like there was nothing downtown and there's no help anywhere.
Right.
It is in right around the road kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought this was crazy berserk that people got so upset.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the thing kind of funny too is he doesn't read social media stuff ever.
Yeah.
He calls it my team. He goes to his staff. They got to him and said, "You got to do something."
Right.
Now, because he's like, I don't follow that stuff. And he said, he said, we don't make decisions based on social media,
right? Because
and I understand that if the doors were chained and people were outside and a tornado was coming, I get it. Mm-hmm. But not this. I just don't understand at all the vitriol. I don't get it. I mean, a flood happened. Everyone knows a flood happened. That's why they want help.
Yeah.
Did it ever occur there might be flood waters in the exact same building they're trying to go to?
Right.
Not to mention when they open the doors, then what do they do? There's a place to stay.
Yeah.
The toilet chews will run out instantaneously. You run out of toilet paper immediately. There's no snacks. There's no food. Mm-hmm. I mean, the power's got to be turned on. The air conditioner, all that stuff. What if there's no power? What if they knocked off the generators?
Right.
So it's a shelter, but it'd be a cruddy shelter, and it could cause more damage. It's not secure. There's no one walking around. People could get raped and hurt. I mean, it's just silly to me. If people thought about if they can't, but they're not really thinking when you're desperate. I know, but we're talking a couple of days later. They said, now we've got volunteers. We get the people come in. We know we got this safe. We're working with the George R. Brown.
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. I think people love to pick up the smallest little thing and go crazy with it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they go crazy.
That's how social media is now. It's just you take this little thing that, I mean, they can twist it any way they want. And then, boom, people just jump on it, and it's just an uproar. And, and you can go any keyboard or go on your phone right there and say how upset you are,
or how offended you are, how angry you are, and let them have it and say the most vile, hateful things,
right? Mm-hmm.
And then go get in your car with a Jesus loves you sticker,
right? Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're so sweet,
right?
But you don't know on the keyboard how much the most horrible, hateful people.
Yeah,
I can't believe it. I don't think that's changed people's heart. I don't think that social media has. I think it really demonstrates what people really have always wanted to say.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I do.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think Facebook allows people to finally say what they want to say.
Yeah.
And then the more it happens, the more people feel permission, which people want it psychologically. They have to feel permission. Mm-hmm. Well, they said it. Mm-hmm. It happens all the time.
Right.
It happens. You can just go on Facebook and put the word transgender and see the comments you get immediately.
Yeah.
You're a bigot. You're blah blah. Yay for them. I mean, whatever. Just put a word. Just put a word. Put pedophilia.
Yeah. Right.
Put Jesus. I mean, you just see what happens.
Right.
How many shares or tweets or whatever, because people go crazy. You can't even say a word anymore.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing with the flooding. And of course, I know they're trying to get ratings, but it was like day 2 or 3. I mean, it just happened.
Yeah.
And they were in downtown Houston asking people, well, did the mayor do the wrong thing? I mean, it's still flooding. It's still raining.
Right. Yeah.
And they're already blaming someone to try to find something to blame to do something wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Should they have done this? What about this? And I love that FEMA kept saying, we're not blaming people right now. We're trying to save people's lives.
Right.
We're not here to...
Yeah.
That stuff frustrates me.
This huge natural disaster happened. People are losing their homes and their lives. There's people out there trying to help them, and immediately people just want to jump, point fingers, say, look how awful he is. What's Trump doing? Oh, he's not doing anything. Or what's Osteen doing? Oh, look, his building, they haven't opened up his building yet. He's just being another, hypocritical, vile, Christian. Yeah. And look how ridiculous religion is. I mean, it's just so profoundly stupid. Yeah. And I just, I get tired of it. Yeah, it's just...
I don't blame Joel Osteen for not looking at social media all the time.
Yeah,
stuff, can you imagine?
Yeah, right.
Can you imagine the amount of blogs and websites and podcasts done against him? What he would... I mean... He even said, I don't look at it and read it. I don't blame him. I mean, you'd quit ministry in a heartbeat.
Right,
I disagree with almost everything he says about theology.
Right, yeah.
But the dude's not a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, give me this stuff, and of course, the more popular they are, the greater targets they are.
Yeah.
I just don't have patience. That's very, very unfortunate. And
I've
making
seen
fun
some
of him.
meme about, like, look at the house he has, and, like, we need to stop giving, like, make churches tax free, or, I mean, and just it's so like ridiculous, and they just blow things up to on social media to these gigantic proportions. And
it seems to me that that same mentality of social media, like the house stuff, and I've seen one about a boat and all this stuff. It seems to me that's not very dissimilar to the people who go the next stage, not necessarily the next one. Is on that spectrum, all white supremacist.
Right. Yeah.
The next spectrum is let's go loot.
Right.
In other words, someone's got to be blamed for my dis-ease.
Right. Exactly.
And let's take it out. And I love it. He says it just right. There's Ben Shapiro, who's a very smart guy, and happens to be Jewish. I mean, he's Christian, but a real smart guy. And he talks about it. He said we live in a society now where if you disagree with a person, you can enact violence against the person.
Right.
And of course, you're saying that's horrible and stupid and wrong and whatever. That we first have, as civilized society, have to at least agree that it doesn't give you a right to hurt people. A microaggression is responded to by violence versus dialogue.
Yeah. Man.
And I agree with him. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, have you heard that microaggression? Have you heard that on universities? That's legit.
Microaggression.
A microaggression. Now that's the thing in universities.
Really?
A microaggression is anything you do consciously or subconsciously that might help someone be at dis-ease or offended. And so they have what's called safe spaces to go on campus where you get no longer microaggressed.
Right. Wow. That's crazy.
Everything is microaggression. Everything.
Yeah.
They scan your papers, you lectures, you give talks. They have to analyze to make sure there's no microaggression, and they'll call you on it. They'll kick you out. They'll do all kinds. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
This is the most easily offended society in the world. I mean, I guess I don't know. It blows my mind how things.
I think that the profound obsession that we're at now, which I think probably will get worse. I do think it'll get worse. I think the obsession of saying I'm offended. They say it all the time. I hear it in church. I hear, I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm offended. And the next time I hear that at a person, next time I hear it, I'm going to say, I'm offended that you're offended.
Yeah. Yeah. What
now
about that? Yeah.
And I'm convinced the reason why people do it, I'm sure probably there are a lot of reasons why. But I think back to Eric Berne, who developed transactional analysis. The parent-adult child ego states. If you don't know about TA or transactional analysis, I think it's great. Not everything about it, but in general, I think it's true.
Yeah.
He said he was, and of course he's been dead for some time now. He developed this in the 60s. But he said, I'm convinced. Well, first off, he called, now it's standard in psychology, we call them strokes. So emotional praises, things that validate my emotional state, my physical state, state. So we have a literal physical stroke, like pat your hair, pat your back, way to go, high five. And of course we have emotional strokes like that, and he called them strokes. He said he's convinced people in general are stroke deficient. Right. Some are stroke bankrupt. That they do not get the validation. They are internally starving for validation, for the feeling like I matter. Yeah. The feeling that I matter, the feeling that I make a difference, the feeling that. And one little footnote, one of the reasons why many psychologists will tell you that in parenting, one of the worst things you can do for your kids is give them everything they want. Right. Because they will feel like it doesn't matter what their behavior is. So if they just have a tantrum, there's no consequence for bad behavior. Yeah. There's it doesn't matter. You will enable them to feel like it doesn't make a difference. If I don't do my homework, my parents will do it for me. Right. There's no consequences to my behavior or lack of behavior thereof. Yeah. You've got to allow there to be natural consequences. Yeah. Anyway, I think my response, I had to use the background of analysis. I think one of the chief reasons why people are so obsessed these days by saying it is we have now the medium to say it. I think the reason why they want to say it is because they're stroke deficient. I think when people say I'm offended, they're desperately starving for validation. Right. And for a brief second, in our society at least, they do get attention. Right. Now they get a lot. They get on the news. They get on NBC. They might be the flavor of the second or the month or the whatever. Yeah. Because the next person's offended. The next person, and the new people come out and said that indeed, and they or this or the white privileges are offended. I mean, too fast. I'm just doing all spectrums are offended is my point. And I think they want to be validated. I think they're very sad. I think their child on the inside is very sad, and they're scared, and they're lonely. And if I can say I'm offended, it makes you give me attention. Yeah. Otherwise, and now seriously, but David, that's just stupid. My next question is, then why say it? Right. Yeah.
Why put it out there? Yeah.
If the other reason might be is because you think they're the judge and jury.
Yeah.
That is, now you've taken a parent role.
Yeah.
It's your role in life to make sure other people stop doing things that you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a role that's called a script in transaction analysis. I don't want that script.
Right.
Apply to me. You're not my boss or Lord Jesus, as I tell my children all the time to each other.
Yeah.
There's only one or two options. Either you think it's your God-given right or your atheist or your evolutionary primate-given right to correct everybody.
Right.
And I would say, no, it's not. Or two, you're doing it because you want attention.
Right.
And I think most people just want attention.
Yeah.
Some people really are just bossy punks. But
yeah.
So I'm sorry that you're offended. But we got to grow up and move on.
Yeah.
And so when children don't literally grow out of that, they think they get attention all the time. Mom and daddy always give it every time they get that toy, every time their feelings are hurt. And now we have microaggressions.
Yeah.
Headed down to disaster.
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to finish the podcast.
Yeah.
No, man, that's just a...
Yeah.
So on that note, I'm going to go and get off this podcast.
Now we're going to do some macroaggression.
Microaggression on Facebook. Targeting. Well, that's why atheists, like we talked about, our atheists almost always tag team on Twitter.
Yeah, right.
They don't respond to me, usually.
Yeah.
Usually. They respond for the people who are atheists.
Yeah.
And so they load up 30 different comments.
Yeah, yeah.
That's called bullying in psychology. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Their arguments are so bad, they have to have 4 or 5 other minds to think of what to say in response to me.
Right.
That's just like pushing on me and then grabbing all their friends to push on me and make fun of me.
Yeah.
That's bullying behavior. If you're so confident in your arguments, don't tag team.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah.
You want validation from another atheist friend. Yeah, isn't that stupid? He's like the flying spaghetti monster. Ah! Okay.
Yeah. I just kind of laugh with them. All right, this is hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
Can you get more people to hang up on me?
Can you hang up?
Yeah, please.
Please hang up.
I want an audience.
They're hurt children, and I'm sorry for the hurt children.
Yeah.
Enough of that one. So, leave Joel alone.
Yeah. So like leave Brittany. Leave Joel alone.
Yeah, Joe. You can have your best life now.
Yeah.
And every day's your Friday.
Yeah.
Even when that Flood Harvey comes.
Yeah.
I have to say, that's the part. Well, that I did think the whole thing, back to theology, the irony is that through all that mess and the horrible stuff, when you say things like every day's your Friday, and you can make it's those generalizations. I always think
prosperity.
How can you say that when disasters happen all the time and people die of cancer or whatever? And I'm sure he's dealt with that personally with people. I'm sure he probably has a response. That's one reason why I would never. That's one of the reasons I would never say that is because when Harvey hit, it wasn't Friday.
Right.
And it wasn't it wasn't. It was horrible.
No.
People lost everything. And so
if
you can't preach that sermon on that Sunday,
yeah,
tomorrow, that you can when there wasn't a hurricane, you're probably not understanding the Bible well.
Right.
It seems to me.
Yeah. You need to change that sermon.
Change
that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right? Versus you can have your bet. Yeah, it seems to me. Anyway, on that note, God bless Joel Osteen.
Yeah, God bless you, man.
God bless you, man. Because I know you're not going to listen to this.
Yeah, right.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you'll listen more. If you want more, go to davidpendergrass.com. There are tabs at the top that let you have access to all the podcasts I've recorded, to sermons I've done, books I've written. They're all there at davidpendergrass.com. You can also check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/glimpse of the kingdom, facebook.com/glimpse of the kingdom, and also look at my Twitter feed at glimpse the kingdom or at Dr. D. Pendergrass, at Dr. D. Pendergrass. There's tons of ways reached out. I hope you will. Send me your questions, send me your comments. If you'd like to support the ministries of Glimpse of the Kingdom, you can also find ways to give online on davidpendergrass.com. If you'd like for me to come and do some consulting, check out my website, davidpendergrassconsulting.com, and I'll be happy to come out and speak to your organization and help and train any way I can. God bless you. See you online.